Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 2 in season number 4 of the NRLOA Turkey Hill Series. Oh my goodness, it feels very strange to say that, but you might be wondering, what's the deal with this going up? And I probably already saw Daytona too. What happened was, and it was in the middle of December, two of the Turkey Hill Series races, it was Daytona and Atlanta, got removed because of a copyright claim from UMG. Yeah, and because of that, I want these to be out there for you guys. I'm trying to get everything kind of back in. The file for Daytona, the actual recording file I still had, I didn't have any footage from the original recording for this race, so I figured let me just go ahead and redo it, so that all 28 races from Season 4 of the Turkey Hill Series are back. And since we have the Turkey Hill Series coming back this year, I figured, I want to have the full Season 4 available, just for canon purposes, I guess you can say, just so everything's there. And I want everything to be there. So the thing is, I already know who won this race. And if you guys remember this race back when it first aired, I think it was late February 2018. You know who already won too, but I want this to be here for other people to kind of get a reference on what happened. I should be able to get the finishing results of this race up as well in this video, so you'll know who finished where, just for informational purposes. So we're going to go ahead and just get started here. A lot of these guys who are in this race haven't raced on Napa Fan since this race. And I'm going to commentate this race kind of out of a historical purpose, I guess. Maybe not as I would normally commentate a race, but we have Jamie Lee on the pole and Nathan Faden alongside him. The 28 was Matt Tuck, and the 1 is Joe Rutkowski. Of course, those two guys are still active. 23, I believe, is Christian Master, and the 7 was Cameron Gaju. The number 48 machine, I believe that was Eli Brady, and the 51 of Jordan Lopez. Then Ying Canario in the 22, and the 88 of Carter Friesen. That is the top 10. I'm not going to put a starting grid on here just because we want to make sure I have enough time for everything else. That's Trey Wright in the 39, Mike and App in the 2. 00's Alex Russell for this race, Casey Hoffman, Matt Hamill. 14, Ashlyn Boyd, Adam Lewis, Tyson Conway, Nick Smith. Ryan Madden's in the 24. Surprised I'm remembering this. 89. You know what? I don't remember this car being in this race. But it's there. So here we go. We're green flag racing in Atlanta, race 2 of the season, the John Deere 300. Kukulon won the first race of the season when we did the series. That was his first career Napa Fan win. And I actually still had the ticker for the NRLOA back in my file, so I decided to put that back up just for historical purposes. But Jamie Lee will lead the first lap here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Number 23 machine, Christian Master, looking right to the inside for second on Matt Tuck. Yeah, Ying Canario here on the inside lane as well. This is the 2014 version of the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Of course, we now use the 2017 version for our modern races, but yeah, it's kind of interesting looking back and actually calling a replay of one of these races that I already know what happens, because I actually don't remember what happened throughout the majority of the event. And actually, it looks like Jamie Lee held on to the lead right there. Kind of spread out here. Remember when we did originally do this race, John Art was the co-commentator with me for it. Like I mentioned, Kukulon won the race before as well. Now Master has the run to the inside. Got Mark Davidson there in the 99, and that 99 will actually be in Season 5 of the Turkey Hill Series, owned by Mark Davidson, so that's going to be pretty cool. 98. Oh boy. See if I can remember who drove the 98. Without actually looking at who actually drove the 98. Let me see. I'm trying to remember who it might have been. And I can't remember. There's Kukulon. He won the last race that we did well, I'm not going to pretend like it's 2018. I mean, we know Kukulon won that first race. We actually know he's the champion of this series, so, that's interesting. And in case you guys are wondering, this is the original, this is the same replay file, that we had. So, of this exact race. So, everything you guys are seeing here exactly happened in that race that we originally had, back in 2018. I'm just trying to remember who drove the 98. I don't have a list with me, and this was 2 years ago when we did this series. I was going back and watching a few races, and I'm going back in and muting the song that was blocked by UMG, and so that we don't have an issue with people attempting to strike it, basically. I don't want that to happen and have another copyright strike. Thankfully, with the 2 videos, it only gave me 1 strike and not 2 strikes. But yes, it was kind of frustrating to see a couple of the races go away, and this being one of them. So the original, recording file didn't have it on my computer. Of course, like you probably saw, we have Daytona for this as well. But yeah, I just want to have these back on the file, back on the tube, so you guys can see them and remember what happened. And so we technically still have the complete season on YouTube. So that's kind of what I want to do. I know Dale Salzman's in that 18, and he just took the lead away from Christian Master. And the 28 machine of Matt Tuck is going to the inside, and it was a year after this race that Matt Tuck won the Rockstar Pro Series race here, which was basically the Turkey Hill Series in 2019. Just with a completely different format. We'll have to see if Matt Tuck ends up racing in Season 5 of the Turkey Hill Series this year. Of course, sign-up's going to be on Friday. And I mean that, too. They're actually going to be on Friday, this Friday, January 31st, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It's Chick-fil-A Cup Series signups, and then 7:30 it's Turkey Hill Series signups. But, yeah, this is getting me excited for the Turkey Hill Series coming back. Of course, I don't know how many races I'm actually going to call, because we're going to do the all-driver broadcast things, and hopefully everything's back up. If you want a taste of what that was like, it was race 6 and race 8, no, maybe race 17 of this season. Armory Digital in New Hampshire that we had as all-driver broadcasts. I still cannot remember for the life of me who drove this 98 machine. That is Alex Russell moving to the inside for the race lead. Carter Friesen is here as well. I know I'm going to remember this eventually. Colton Yo, that's who it is. I didn't want to do that, but whatever. Colton Yo ended up winning, well, he didn't win this race. I have not told you who has won the race yet. In case you guys don't know, I am not going to tell you who won this race. But they are still active on Napa Fan. We got some cool racing going on here. I like the way these guys are racing. I forgot just how good this mod actually is. We're using the 2016 Xfinity Series mod for this season of the Turkey Hill Series. But then again, they're both running GNS physics anyway, so it's not too much of an issue with how they're going to race. But the GNS physics are really good on certain tracks, especially this one, and they're definitely going all over the place here. Now, I know that there was a wreck in this race, and I don't know when it happened or what. And you gotta remember, this is kind of a low-key race that happened 2 years ago. Not too low-key. Turkey Hill Series is a pretty big deal. Remember, Tyson Conway was in the 78. Nick Smith. I want to say that was Alex Bonsinor, but that's Jordan Lopez. Got to stop myself there. But I know Alex Bonsinor was in this season of the Turkey Hill Series, and he was in the 01. I cannot remember who was in the 0. Nicholas Wade, that's why I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen him around. It was Griffin Lynn in the 9. We actually had some custom schemes this season. A couple of them I allowed the custom. Of course, this season in the Turkey Hill Series is going to be all customs. But Alex Russell, Trey Wright, and Matt Hamill and Griffin Lynn all had custom schemes. All of them had custom schemes for this season of the Turkey Hill Series. Season number 4, in case you guys don't know, was run in 2018 alongside Season 7 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. So, it was race 2. Of course, it got deleted. And I'm just redoing it so that it's there in the file, so everyone can go back and rewatch the actual race itself. Of course, I'm not doing any special edits with this thing at all. I'm just kind of putting it on there just so I have it for reference for one thing, just in case I ever want to go back and see what happened, and you guys have it for reference as well, and the guy who won this race can have it for reference in his career, because I think that's a pretty big deal, because I will say the guy who won this race, it was his first career Napa fan win. And I haven't even, well, I don't want to give it away yet in case you guys don't know, but that'll definitely indicate that it's not going to be Cameron Gaju winning the race, because Gaju at this point, early 2018, had already won quite a few races. As a matter of fact, Cameron Gaju has won a race in every year of Napa fan competition, surprisingly enough. Of course, he used to be in the Chick-fil-A Cup a lot, but he's kind of gone to smaller series since then. Was in the Rockstar Pro Series last year, 2019. Of course, he was in the Turkey Hill Series this year. Actually won the final, the last Turkey Hill Series race that we had, which was at the Homestead Miami Speedway, which was September of 2018. I really like the way they're spreading out here in Atlanta. This is nice. I didn't even know that they were doing this. I'm hoping this is the kind of racing we get the Turkey Hill Series this year. I think it'll help, too. And we had pit stops, apparently. I think it'll help, too, that they're not the CTS physics. CTS physics, I'm not a big fan of it because they just bunched up way too much. And I think that's a big problem with why I didn't enjoy the Truck Series. It's just the racing wasn't that good, in my opinion, in the trucks. But with the Cup Series physics and the GNS physics especially, being the two main physics we run during 2020 here on Napa Fan, I definitely think we're going to have a lot of great races this year compared to what we saw in the Truck Series. But pit stops occurring here. One very cool thing, and I don't think it gets mentioned too much, that 44 machine there is Nathan Baird. Now this was the year before, season number 8 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Year before, Nathan Baird, as far as I know, did not win a race this season in the Turkey Hill Series in Season 4, but then he moved up to the Chick-fil-A Cup Series in 2019, and you all know what happened. He won the championship, so it's pretty cool. He actually started here, humble beginnings for Nathan Baird, and here's Angel Olvera in the 21, who's going to be an owner in both the Chick-fil-A Cup Series and Turkey Hill Series this year, so cool to still have him around. This was his second career Napa fan race, so this is where Angel Olvera started. You know, this is cool. You know what we should do? Oh, you know, they kind of... actually, you know what? I don't know if I fully deleted the 2017 mod or not. If I didn't, if I just moved the file, which I would imagine would have been what I did, hopefully. And this is where the caution was. Ryan Madden and the 5... Forget who's in the 5, Tyson Conway, and then it was Ashland Boyd who got into him there, the 07 machine. Oh wow, this was a disaster here, and Adam Lewis went flipping. The 14, Ashland Boyd, Matt Hamill was involved, and that's where the caution occurred, and this is what ended up happening in this race. See how Angel Olvera is still the race leader. He ended up taking the lead away. He was deep in the field this whole race. And you're going to see as this race goes along how it affects who wins. You can probably figure out who won at this point, if I haven't kind of given it away already. But you see Nick Smith and Cameron Gaju avoid all that. Well, who was in the number 3? Oh boy. Cannot remember who was in the number 3 machine. And all these guys topped off because the cycle was about halfway through, and back then I had 3X for every race. I don't know how we're going to do it in the Turkey Hill Series this year, if we're even going to do pit stops, but we might be able to do 2X for a lot of the Turkey Hill Series races. We'll have to figure that out. But it was a Noah Clifton. Noah Clifton was in the 3. He's been around quite a while, of course. He's an IndyCar winner. Actually won an IndyCar back in 2016. Won both races, I believe, at Road America when we had the duel at Road America. And he is actually going to be in Season 5 of the Turkey Hill Series. He's going to be an owner in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series this year, so it's actually kind of cool. Noah Clifton was still around, or... Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course he was around then, but I didn't know he was already in the Turkey Hill Series. That's actually pretty cool. And we had a few guys stay out there. It was Olvera, Bonsignor, Nathan Baird stayed out. And, you know, it's kind of cool going back. You know, when we did this season, Nathan Baird was kind of a rookie driver. Really didn't think much of him. Now he's a Chick-fil-A Cup Series champion. So looking back at this race, it is really cool just to see him in this series, and at the time knowing, oh, he's just a rookie, whatever. Now he's a legend. Chick-fil-A Cup Series champion. Mark Davidson, Griffin Lynn there, Eli Bright. Eli Bright's been around for a while, but he only has 3 career Napa fan wins, unfortunately. Trey Wright there in the 39. He'll also be an owner this season in the Turkey Hill Series, bringing American Motorsports over. I'm not going to review the replay. Like I said, I don't want to do too much editing with this. And honestly, I might not even show the finishing results just because I just want to get this out there so that I don't have to worry about it. I will say that once we get to the Chick-fil-A Cup Series Turkey Hill Series this year, we're definitely going to have high-quality videos. We're going to edit them and everything. Who was in the 89? Alex Mann. Why do I not remember this car? Because the strange thing, and I don't understand why it's like this, and it could be because the car that Alex Mann was driving, I deleted and it flipped out with another 89, but you notice that all the cars have the Turkey Hill logo on them, and there's nothing on the back. Nothing on the back name, but the name is on the 89. This car is not edited like the other ones. So, find that a little interesting. But Alex Mann was in that ride. It's Josh Crash, Joseph Simwell. That's a driver I completely forgot I had. Oh, 52. Was that Emmett Juckham? Yes, it was. Like I said, Ian Canario, Dale Saltman, Jamie Lee. That was Nathan Faden, Casey Hoffman, Colton Yo, Micah Knapp. Ooh, the 5. Who was in the 5? I'm trying to remember who was in the 5 machine. I want to say it was a pretty... Justin Zeidel. Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure it was a pretty big name, and it was Zeidel. Justin Zeidel, who a year after this series went on and won the Haas IndyCar Series Championship. So, that guy's good. And, of course, Matt Hamill, development driver to Derek Hamill, was in the 62. So, of that, wow. Wow. That accident, a lot of guys got knocked out. The 0, Nicholas Wade, 97. I can't remember who was in the 97. I almost want to say it was Max Neuwirth, but I don't think it was. I don't think Neuwirth was in. Who cares? We'll do this and see. Who was in that 97? Ryan Kendall. He had 1 top 10 in this season. Jordan Lopez, the 40. I don't remember who was in the 40. Fisher G was in the 40. And he's also won a championship. I just realized. I mean, Fisher G's out of the race at this point. But all 3 of last year's major champions on Napa Fan, Nathan Baird, Justin Zeidel, and Fisher G, who won the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, Haas IndyCar Series, and Turkey Hill Truck Series championships, respectively. All 3 of those guys are in this race. We're in the Turkey Hill Series in season number 4. So I find that very, very interesting. But Fisher G's out of the race. Same with Carter Friesen, Matt Tuck, the 24. Who was in the 24? 24 and 07. I don't remember who was in the 07 either. Tyson Conway in the 78. Ashlyn Boyd and Adam Lewis. 24. Ryan Madden, now I remember. In the 07, Jake West. And Jake West was up front at the Daytona race just before this one. And Olvera fell back there at the end, but this is good stuff here. And another treat you kind of get, I mean, this isn't, like I mentioned, we're not really polishing this video up or anything, but you're actually seeing this race in 1080p. Originally, all the races for Season 4 of the Turkey Hill Series were in 720p, so you're getting a much better glimpse of this race, a lot clearer. And this is how all the races will be in 2020 on Napa Fan. Nice high-quality 1080p, 60 frames per second. Trey Wright to the inside of Nathan Baird for the race lead. And like I said, it's so cool actually rewatching one of these races and just looking at guys who in the future, after this race originally went up, what they did. And like I mentioned, we had all 3 of last year's major champions in this race. Nathan Baird, Justin Zeidel, and then Fisher G. Fisher G got knocked out in this race in particular. Now the number 4, as far as I know, that is Cookie Helms. And I'm correct. And he's a guy, this is probably the last time he was in a series on Napa Fan, was the Turkey Hill Series season number 4. That's Christian Master in the 23. Of course, a few of these guys moved up to the Chick-fil-A Cup Series last year after this season. Of course, we had it in 2018 when we did Season 7 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series and had the Turkey Hill Series along with it. You could only be in one series or the other. Of course, that's what we're doing this year as well with the Chick-fil-A Cup Series and Turkey Hill Series. There's Alex Bongchenor, he's up, and I imagine Bongchenor is going to return to the Turkey Hill Series. I know he wants to win a championship in all 3 series. We'll have to see if that ever happens. That's never happened before. Trying to think, is there anyone who has won in 2 series? Bongchenor had come close to winning the Turkey Hill Series championship a couple of times, and he is a Turkey Hill Truck Series champion, so... Another strange thing, you know, I know it's kind of weird. We have 2 series with the same sponsor, and originally I never planned for the Turkey Hill Series to return, which I moved the sponsorship over to the Truck Series, but then I decided to return the Turkey Hill Series, and I just kept the name. Why change it? It already changed once back in the day. I don't want to do it again. So we have 2 series now, sponsored by Turkey Hill on Napa Fan, the Turkey Hill Series and the Turkey Hill Truck Series. And I will say, I don't know if the Truck Series is going to come back in 2020. I don't think I'm going to do that, but Cameron Gaju leading, and there's 9 laps to go, this time by in the John Deere 300. Number 4 machine of Cookie Helms is second. Nathan Baird was up front here in this race, so that was pretty cool to see. And funny enough, Nathan Baird ended up winning here at Atlanta in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series a year after. That was his first career Napa Fan win, as far as I know. And of course, that eventually led to a Chick-fil-A Cup Series championship in 2019. Number 23, Christian Masters up here. Griffin Lynn, Mark Davidson. You got Kukulon trying to go for 2 in a row as well. Eli Bright was inside the top 10 here. Alex Mann in the 89. And Josh crashed there in the 6. Of course, a lot of these guys haven't seen him around in a while. Guys like Josh Crash, Griffin Lynn, Cookie Helms, Ying Canario, haven't seen him in a long time. Chris Salzman's there. 19 Machine and Nathan Faden, he's been around. Colton Yo, of course, he didn't win a race this season. The only 2 wins he has on Napa Fan are in the Christmas Eve 500. And there goes Nathan Baird for the race lead. I didn't even realize how good Nathan Baird was doing. But it's cool to see, you know, in the past, before he was a Chick-fil-A Cup Series champion, he was still ripping it out on the racetrack pretty well. Angel Oliveira is second. Keep that in mind. Yeah, Kukulon right there, going to clear Mark Davidson. That is for 3rd. Josh Crash on the inside of Mark Davidson. See, that outside lane actually worked pretty well here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. I have to see if we can get racing like this season at Atlanta. Pretty good stuff right here. There goes the 21. Oliveira to the inside for the race lead on Nathan Baird. Wasn't able to get that run to the inside, though. Baird able to clear on the outside. Boy, I never remembered this. I never remembered how close Nathan Baird was to winning this race. And that would have been a good little tidbit of information to know when I was doing last year's Chick-fil-A Cup Series race, because Nathan Baird is apparently a really good driver here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, so watch out for him. Middle of March this year as we head there for the SunTrust 500 once again. There's the pass for the race lead. And this might have been, yeah, that's why Baird didn't win, because he had to come down the pit lane, and this is where the caution occurred. I think. Yeah, no, it wasn't. Someone spun off. That was Zidell and Matt Hamill. And then Oliveira was clear to the race lead, and at some point here, a wreck occurred. I know it happened because I know this race ended under caution. But Angel Olvera, and there it is. And these guys were having trouble. I believe that's Trey Wright with Cameron Gaju. The yellow flew right there. Olvera won the race back. And Olvera won his first career Turkey Hill Series race on that day, late February 2018, nearly 2 years ago. As far as I know, it is Olvera's only career Napa fan win, but especially considering that Olvera is still involved with Napa fan being an owner and all that, I think it's pretty important to keep his first and what I believe is his only career Napa fan win up on the airwaves for you guys to see. And that's how that race went there. John Deere 300 Atlanta. Dale Salzman ended up finishing second. Alex Mann and Josh Crash, and that's what ended up happening to Nathan Baird. That's why I don't remember Nathan Baird in this race, because he didn't finish inside the top 10. He ended up running out of gas, and that was it. He ended up finishing pretty deep in the field. 27th, so that wasn't too good for him right there. But they're on the white flag lap here for the John Deere 300. Number 21 of Angel Olvera was the race winner, followed by Dale Salzman, Alex Mann, Josh Crash, Jamie Lee, Joseph Simwell, Nick Smith, Dale Salzman, Colton Yo, Noah Clifton, Emmett Juckham, Alex Russell. Shoot, who drove the two? Micah Knapp, Mark Davidson, Cookie Helms, Alex Bonsignor, Casey Hoffman, Sebastian Kukulon, Griffin Lynn, Ying Canario. Man, I don't. Oh, Isaac Redman, Joe Rutkowski, Eli Bright, Christian Master, Trey Wright, Cameron Gaju, Nathan Baird, Justin Zidell, Nicholas Wade, Matt Hamill, Ryan Kendall, Jordan Lopez, Fisher G, Carter Friesen, Matt Tuck, Ryan Madden, Tyson Conway, Jake West, Ashland Boyd, Adam Lewis. I remember them all. 2 years ago, I did this series, and I had to get reacquainted with a couple of them, but I now have this set memorized. Again, that's just to put that into perspective. By the time you get to like the second, third race of every season, I memorize who's in each car. And it stays in my head, apparently. Stays in my head. That's pretty cool. Angel Olvera, the winner here in the John Deere 300 Atlanta. This was race number 2 in the Turkey Hill Series season number 4. Like I mentioned, it did get taken down, but I figured I'd put the replay back up for you guys so you know what happened, and show Angel Olvera's first career Napa fan win. But yeah, the rest of the season should also be up as well. It's all in the playlist, and it all should be back up. Turkey Hill Series Season 4 playlist. You can go to my channel page, click on a playlist, and you'll see it in there. And yeah, that is it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations to Angel Olvera on his first career Napa fan victory, even though it happened 2 years ago. And yeah, like I mentioned, we have signups coming up this weekend. So if you want to be part of something like this, go ahead and sign up Friday night, 7 and 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on Napa Fan. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later.